guys. बोले श्री गजानन स्वामी की आज शक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय. Devotees, welcome to our third evening of devotions in this auspicious period of time Nav Raatri. We begin as we normally do with our invocation, Swasti Vachan, as we begin puja. Concentrate, Om Tat Sat, Swasti Vachan. Harihi Om Tat Sat, Harihi Om Tat Sat, Harihi Om Tat Sat. Om Sri Ganeshaya Namaha, Atkatyayini Shanti Prayogaha. Om Adau Ganapating Bande, Vignanasham Vinayakam, Rishingshadev Jananing, Grihasthapam Marabhai. Om Swastena Indro Bridhasravaha, Swastena Pusha Vishwe Vedaha, Swastena Takshayur Arishtanemi, Swastino Brihaspatir Dadhatum. Paya Prithivayam Payaushadhishu, Payo Dibyantarikshi Payodha, Payashwati, Pradesha Shantu Myam. Om Vishnu Radatmasi Vishnu Shnaptestu Vishnu, Shurasi Vishnu Dravasi Vishnu Vaishnavamasim. Vishnavetva Agni Devta, Vato Devta, Suryo Devta, Chandrama Devta, Vasu Devta, Rudro Devta, Aditya Devta, Maruto Devta, Vishwe Deva Devta, Brihaspati Devtendra Devta, Varunu Devta. Om Dhyav Shantir, Antarikshagvam Shanti, Prithivi Shantir, Apah Shanti, Aushadhya Shanti, Vanaspatiya Shanti, Vishvedeva Shanti, Brahma Shanti, Sarvagvam Shanti, Shanti Reva Shanti Sama, Shanti Redhi Shanti. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya, Koti Surya Samaprabha, Nirvignan Kurume Deva, Sarvakarishu Sarvada. Om Sarva Mangal Mangalye, Shive Sarvartha Sadhike, Sharanye Trambake Gauri, Narayane Namostute, Ganganapataye Namah, Om Hrim Sim Chandikaya Namaha. Boliye Shri Gajanan Swami ki Jai. Aaj Shakti Nav Durga Mata ki. Offer your eyes in front of the Khalsa. Bow, sit down. Please be seated, devotees. So usually we have the leaf for the sankalp. You have a leaf with flowers, supari coin, right. So we call your Rasi names, and remember devotees, everybody can become part of it. You do it mentally, while we have Sarojini and Suhani, they will make the physical offerings. But of course, you have to do it mentally also. Yeah? Call your Rasi names, then say Om Tat Sat, Puja, Sankalp. Om Hiranyagarbha Samavartatagre, Bhutasya Jata Patarike Asit, Sadadhar Prithivim Dhyam Te Mam, Kashmai Devaya Havisha Vidhema, Ganganapataye Namaha, Om Namaschandikaye, Namah Shivaya, Brahm Agnaye Hitarthaye, Puja Sankalpaham Karishe, Om Tat Sat Iti Puja Sankalpaha. Rest it in front of the Khalsa. One side, right. Rest your right hands on the bedi, both of you. Concentrate on Mother Earth, Jai Prithivi Ma. Om Bhurasi, Bhumirasiditirasi, Vishwasya Vishwadhara Vishwadhartri, Prithivi Yach Prithivi Dilinch Prithivi Mahinsihi, Om Prithivi Tvaya Dhrita Loka, Devi Tvam Vishnu Nardhata, Tvam Chadhare Man Deving, Pavitram Kuruchasanam, Prithivi Mata Namo Namaha. Danvat, bow. All right, take up some rice. We do invocation. Preliminary steps in puja. We explained all that already. Concentrate. Om Tat Sat Gananang Tva Ganapating Guam Hava Mehe Priyanang Tva Priyapating Guam Hava Mehe Nidhinang Tva Nidhipating Guam Hava Mehe Vaso Mama Ahamajani Garbhadama Tamajasi Garbhadam. Om Prathamam Shailaputri cha Dvitiyang Brahmacharani Tritiyang Chandaganteti Kushmanditi Chaturthakam Panchamam Skandamateti Shashtham Katyayaniti cha Saptamam Kal Ratriti Mahagauriti Chashtamam Navamam Siddhi Datri cha Navadurga Prakirtitaham. Om Namaste Namaste Vibhu Vishwamurti. Namaste Namaste Chidananda Murti. Namaste Namaste Tapo Yoga Gamya. Namaste Namaste Sruti Jnana Gamya. Om Ang Jwalit Mukhe Arun Mata Varun Pita Shantilya Gotra Pavakanam Agni Devai Namostute. Om Agach Deva Devesha Tejo Rasi Jagatpate Kriyamanang Maya Pujang Grihan Surasattama. Om Nana Ratna Samayuktam Kartaswara Vibhushatam Asanam Deva Devesha Pricharitam Pratigrihitam. Transfer your voice into your left hand with your right hand. All right, offer some in front of Lord Ganesh. Go ahead, both of you put it, yeah. Ganganapataye Namah Devi. Om Namaschandikaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Brahmagnaye Namah of all. On the leaf. Avahayami Sthapayami Pujayami. So that leaf we worship again Dev. All right. So Hani will touch hand. Who do the main puja? Sarojani. All right. Panchamrit. Japa Panchamrit each place. Om Payudadhi Ghritam Chaiva Madhucha Sharkarayutam. Pick up each time, Sarojani. Yeah. Panchamritam Mayanitam Snan Artham Pratigrihitam Panchamrit Snanam Samurpayami. Water. Om Varunasyotam Bhanamasi Varunasya Skambha Sarjanisto Varunasarita Sadanyasi Varunasarita Sadanamasi Varunasarita Sadanmasi Shudhodak Snanam Samurpayami. Yagyupavit Janeo. So we read one for Lord Ganesh. Om Yagyupavitam Paramam Pavitram Prajapatir Yatsahajang Purusthat Ayushamagram Pratimuncha Shubhram Yagyupavitam Balamastuteja Yagyupavit Samurpayami. Double it up, yeah. Om Har Har Mahadev. Right. We have one for the fire. You have a small one for the fire anyway there? No? White one, yeah. Right. Yagyupavit Samurpayami. Good. Offer a piece of cotton wool each, please. Om Vera Sukta Samayukta Yagyasam Samanvide Sarva Varna Pradadi Vaha Basasi Pratigrihitam Vastram Samurpayami. Chandan. If the chandan dry, just put some water in it. Yeah. Om Sri Khanda Chandanam Dibyam Gandhadhyam Sumanoharam. Put it on the murti. Vilepanam Suraseshtam Chandanam Pratigrihitam. 3 fingers, Sarojini. From north to south, across. Right. Again Devai Namaha. Good. Offer Hardi. Each place. Om Haridra Ranjita Devi Sukha Saubhagya Daini Tasma Tvam Pujayam Yatra Sukha Shantim Prayachame Haridram Samurpayami. Sindur. You'll put some on the Ganesh Baba Murti. Om Sinduram Shobhanam Raktam Saubhagyam Sukha Vardhanam Shubhadam Kamadam Chaiva Sinduram Pratigrihitam Sinduram Samurpayami. Dubgas. Om Kandat Prarohanti Purushah Purushaspari Evanu Durve Pratanu Sahastri Nashati Nacha Durva Ankuran Samurpayami. Little bit of rice each place. Om Akshata Raktatandula Kumkumena Virajita Mayani Verita Bhaksha Akshatam Pratigrihitam Akshatan Samurpayami. Sarojini, Suhani, take a red flower with a bay leaf. Yeah? You have bay leaf? Otherwise? You have extra bay leaf? I'm going to put 1 2 extra bay leaves. Yeah. All right. Offer for Lord Ganesh. Om Mallakadi Sugandhini Malatyari Nivai Prabhu. Take a red flower with neem. Offer for Devi. Maya Hirtani Pujarthi Pushpani Pratigrihitam. Another bay leaf. You take a flower. If you have a white or any color will work for Lord Shiva. Shiva flowers. The bay leaf, yeah. Offer it. Om Namah Shivaya put on top the lingam one side. Yeah, Bilva Patam Samarpayami. Take a red flower off by the fire. Om Pushpam Samarpayami. Brahm Agnaye Nama. On the leaves, Sarojani, on the leaf outside. We're doing again puja there. Alright. Perfume each place. Om Gandham Samarpayami. Sarva Devta Sarva Devi Namo Namaha. Let's put some in the fire, but from a little far now. Alright. Okay. Incense. Light it. We pass it around the entire bedi 5 times. Om Banaspati Rasod Bhuto Gandhadhyo Gandha Uttama Agriyang Sarva Devanang Dhupoyam Pratigrihitam Dhupam Samarpayami Ganganapataye Nama Uma Maheshwaraye Namo Nama Brahmagnaye Namaha. All right, stick it in the lota. Yeah. So, honey, light the arti. Bangada ko school sa holy Sarojini. So, honey, let her hold it here. Instead of stretching so far, hold it. I light it now. Alright, so personality on everything 5 times. Om Sajang Chavarti Sanyuktam Vahin Yoshitang Maya Deepang Grihandi Vise Tailukiti Nirapam Iti Deepam. Holy Sri Gajanan Swami Ki Jai, Jagadamba Mata Ki Jai, Umapati Mahadeva Ki Jai. So, honey, Prasadam. Take the one for Lord Ganesh, you won't be Dubgas. Kavani look there, yeah. Well closer, right. Okay. So, Jenny, offer some mini fire. Ganganapataye Nama Swaha. Right. So we offer to Lord Ganesh. Gajanan Swami Naivedyam Samarpayami. Om Sharkara Khandi Khadyani Dadhi Chirgitani Cha Aharam Bhaksha Bhujam Cha Naivedyam Pratigrihitam Ganganapataye Namaha. Holy Sri Gajanan Swami Ki Jai. Naivedyam Tambulam Pungi Phalam Samarpayami. Leave it there for now. Alright? Leave it right there in front of the Murti. Alright. Next one, Devi. Alright. Bhaggal, please put it in the fire. Namaschandikaya Swaha. Another piece. Mahaanyapurna Devi Swaha. Alright. You can light a piece of can in front of it without getting burned. Yeah? A small piece, yeah? Break it. You have a pan in front of you extra. Put something on top of it, a leaf, whatever. Yeah. You have your lips in so heavy, so good. Alright. Just light the can in front of you. Yeah. Alright. So now you offer to Devi. Durgama, Naivedyam, Deepam, Achmanam, Samarpayami. Om Dhupadeep Naiveda Arati Mohan Bhog Lagaya. Dhanu Bhagat Maya Terugun Gave, Man Banchit Phalpaya. Om Sharkara Khand Khadyani, Dadhi Chirgitani Cha, Aharam Bhaksha Bhojam Cha, Naivedam Pratigrihitam. Om Hrim Srim Chandikaya Namah, Naivedyam Deepam Asmanam, Samarpayami. Boli Siyar Shakti Jagadamba Mata Ki Jai. Okay, just Bennett, let the fire fall inside the fire, one side. Just take the spoon and push it down. Huh? Yeah. Alright. Put the prasad in front of Devi. Right. Next one, Sohani. Little bit in the fire again. Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. So we offer this to Mahadev Baba. Mahadev Baba, Naivedyam Samarpayami. Om Sharkara Khand Khadyani, Dadhi Chirhitani Cha, Aharam Bhaksha Bhojam Cha, Naivedyam Pratigrihitam. Om Har Har Mahadev, Naivedyam Achmanam Samarpayami. Nagbaldi Danaschaiva Pungi Phalsamanvide, Lavankapur Tambulam Pricharitam Pratigrihitam. Tambulam Pungi Phalam समर्पयामि. बोलिए श्री उमापति महादेव की जय. All feet in front right there. All right, so take the lota of water now, and you're passing water on the three prasad achman 3 times. Om Sarva Papa Harang Dibyam Gangeyang Nirmalam Jalam. Yeah. Achmanam Chamaya Dattam Grihitam Purushottama Achmanam Samarpayami. Good. So you can take out the flowers and leaf and so on and leave it in front of Devi. Yeah. So Hani could help before she feel left out and all too. Yeah. All right. Put back the prasad, Suhani. Yeah. All right, so devotees, we perform our Havan. All right. Ready, Sarojini? You have the bay leaf and so on that side. Yeah, for the keep it one time now. Yeah. Get inside the. All right. So get everything ready. Gayatri mantra 5 times. Harihi Om Tat Sat, Harihi Om Tat Sat, Harihi Om Tat Sat. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha. 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 When I say Swaha, a little bit each time. Om Prajapati Swaha. Idam Prajapati Idam Namama. Om Indrai Swaha. Idam Indrai Idam Namama. Om Agnayi Swaha. Idam Agni Idam Namama. Om Somai Swaha. Idam Somai Idam Namama. Om Bhu Swaha. Idam Agni Idam Namama. Om Bhuva Swaha. Idam Vayavi Idam Namama. Om Swaha Swaha. Idam Suryai Idam Namama. Of all. Gajanan. Om Ganganapataye Namaswaha. Devi. Om Hrim Shrim Chandikaya Namaswaha. Kalima. Lakshmi Ma. Om Sri Mahalakshmi Mata. Saraswati Ma. 12 अक्षर मंत्र। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय स्वाहा। नारायण भगवान। ओम नमो भगवते नारायणाय स्वाहा। सूरज नारायण स्वामी। ओम श्री सूर्याय नमः स्वाहा। ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम श्री अगिनदेवाय स्वाहा। इष्ट देवाय स्वाहा। कुल देवाय स्वाहा। अष्टान देवाय स्वाहा। ग्राम देवाय स्वाहा। वास्तु देवाय स्वाहा। सर्वदेवता सर्वदेवी भ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा। Mrityunjay mantra jap. Take this spoon out of the Agni, put it one side. Right. So we all know the journey. Bole Shri Umapati Mahadev ki. Om Hraum, Om Jum, Om Sah. on the eastern side. Om Hrim Sim Chandikaya Namah Swaha. Yeah, there's a few, yeah, eastern side. So you're going clockwise. Again, Om Krim Kaliyai Namah Swaha. Lakshmi Mata Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Om Shrim Hrim Saraswatyai Swaha. Alright. Offer some Google sugar, black tea mixture. Om Sarva Devta Sarva Devi Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Achman 3 times. Om Sarva Papaharang Divyam Gangeyang Nirmalam Jalam. Achmanam cha maya dattam grihatam purushotamaha. Achmanam samarpayami. Sarva devta sarva devi namo namaha. Take a flower and fan the fire towards the berry 5 times. Om banaspati rasodbhuto gandhadhyo gandha uttama agriyang sarva devanang dhupoyam pratigrihitam. 5 times. Offer it, bow to the flame. So honey, could reach him, sure. 5 times. Yeah. Alright. Take a flower. We concentrate on Lakshmi Ma. Om Namostestu Mahamai Se Pithe Sur Pujite Shankha Chakra Gadahaste Mahalakshmi Namostute Lakshmi Kurutu Kalyanam Arogyam Sukha Sampadam Mama Shatru Vinashaya Depa Jyotir Namostute Siddheshwari Mahalakshmi Mata Namo Namaha. Bole Sri Mahalakshmi Mata Ki Jai. Pradanta Baridiya. Alright, take a flower again. Everybody can call your Rasi names. Now Graha Devta Graha Shanti. Om Brahma Murari Sripurantakari Bhanu Sashi Bhumi Suto Budhasya Gurusya Shukra Shani Rahu Ketavaha Kurvantu Sarve Mama Suprabhatam Sakal Graha Shanti Sri Suryari Now Graha Devaya Nama. Om Mantrahinam Kriyahinam Bhaktihinam Ganeshwara He Parameshwari He Sadashiv Yat Pujitam Maya Deva He Ma He Devi Paripurnam Tadastumi. Om Tat Sat Pahimam Sharanagatam Pahimam Sharanagatam Pahimam Sharanagatam. Boli Sri Gajanan Swami Ki Jai. Jagadamba Mata Ki Jai. Omapati Mahadeva Ki. Offer the flowers and bow. Alright, so we take flowers and pray. Yeah. So devotees, the journey continues, and we, as usual, seek the blessings of Gajanan. We will do so through stotra. Firstly, I want to visualize Matang Muk Mahaganapati. For circumstances we all know, beyond our control, we didn't have the opportunity to celebrate Ganesh Utsav. But the worship of Ganesh still continues. So, not that you could make up for it, because time lost is time never regained. But at least whatever opportunity we have, we make use of it. So concentrate on Matang Mukh, pray in your minds. Om Ganganapate Namaha. Om Sri Ganeshaya Namaha Ganesh Ashtakam. Om Ganapati Parivaram Charuke Yuraharam. Giridhar Varasaram Yogini Chakravaram. Bhavabhaya Pariharam Dukha Daridra Duram. Ganapati Mabhivande Vaktatundavataram. Akhila Malavinasham Panina Hastapasham. Kanakagiri Nikasham Surya Koti Prakasham. Bhaja Bhavagiri Nasham Malti Tiravasam. Ganapati Mabhivande Manase Rajahansam. Vividhamani Mayukhahe Shubhamanan Vidurahe Kanaka Richata Chitram Kanta Deshe Vichitram. Dadhati Vimalaharam Sarvada Yatnasaram. Ganapati Mabhivande Vaktatundavataram. Durita Gajama Mandam Varning Chaiva Vedam. Virita Makhila Nadam Nityam Ananda Kandam. Dadati Shashisu Vaktam Shankushang Yo Vishesham. Ganapati Mabhivande Sarvada Nanda Kandam. Trinayana Yuta Bhali Shubhamani Vishali Mukutamani Sudhali Muktikanang Chajalim. Dhavala Kusuma Mala Yasa Shishna Satalim. Ganapatim Abhivande Sarvada Chakrapanim. Bapushi Mahati Rupam Pita Madhav Sudipam Tadupari Rasakunang Yasa Chordam Trikunam. Gajamita Dala Padmam Sangsitam Charu Chadyam. Ganapatim Abhivande Kalpa Brikshasya Vrinde. वरद विशद षष्टम दक्षिणम यशहस्तम सदयम अभयदंतं चिंतये चिंतसंस्थम शवल कुतिल शुंदम चैकतुंदम द्वितुंदम गजपतिम अभिवंदे सर्वदा वक्रतुंदम कल्पद्रुमाधश्चितो कामधेनुं चिंतामणिं दक्षिणपानिशुंदम विभ्राम्यम अत्यद्भुत चित्तरूपम यह पूजे तस्य समस्य सिद्धिः व्यास अष्टकमिदं पुण्यम गणेश सवनंदनाम पठतांग दुखनाशाय विद्यांग संसिम अश्नुते इति श्री पद्म पुराण उत्तरखंडे व्यास विरचितम गणेश अष्टकम संपूर्णम। ओम गजाननां भूतगणादिसेवितं कपितजम्बुफलसार भक्षणम उमासुतं शोक विनाश कारणम नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपंकजम। ओम गंगणपतये नमः। ओम श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गंगणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं निवशमानय स्वाहा। ओम नमो व्रातपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्तेस्तु लंबोदराय एकदंताय विघ्ननाशिने शिवसुताय श्री वरदमूर्तये नमः। ओम गंगणपतये नमः। ओम महागणपति नमोस्तुते मातंगमुख नमोस्तुते शिवगिरिजासुत नमोस्तुते ओंकारेश्वर नमोस्तुते ओम महागणपति नमोस्तुते ओम महागणपति नमोस्तुते मातंगमुख नमोस्तुते मातंगमुख नमोस्तुते ओम महागणपति नमोस्तुते ओम महागणपति नमोस्तुते शिवगिरिजासुत नमोस्तुते ओम शिवगिरिजासुत नमोस्तुते हे शिवगिरिजासुत नमोस्तुते ओंकारेश्वर नमोस्तुते ओंकारेश्वर नमोस्तुते ओम महागणपति नमोस्तुते हे मातंगमुख नमोस्तुते ओम महागणपति नमोस्तुते शिवगिरिजासुत नमोस्तुते ओम शिवगिरिजासुत नमोस्तुते शिवगिरिजासुत नमोस्तुते ओंकारेश्वर नमोस्तुते ओंकारेश्वर नमोस्तुते ओम महागणपति नमोस्तुते Sharanam Ganesh, Sharanam Ganesh, Sharanam Ganesh, Sharanam Ganesh, Parvati Nandan Siddhi Ganesh, O Shivanandan Ganapati Ganesh, Sharanam Ganesh, Sharanam Ganesh, Parvati Nandana Siddhi Ganesh, Sharanam Ganesh, Sharanam Ganesh, Shivanandana Ganapati Ganesh, Ganapati Ganesh, O Ganapati Ganesh, He Ganapati Ganesh. Bole Shri Gajanan Swami ki. The devotees, we concentrate on Devi, Mata, specifically Ma Saraswati. So we do Nir Saraswati Stotram. So there's these three words that you're going to recite. Trahimam Sharanagatam. We're all familiar with these three very important words. Trahimam Sharanagatam. We are surrendering to Devi. Visualize Ma. Om Ghura Rupe Maharavi Sarva Shatru Bhayankari Bhaktebhyo Varade Devi Om Surasurarchite Devi Siddha Gandharva Sevite Jadya Papa Hare Devi Jata Juta Samayukte Lola Jevanta Karini Druta Buddhi Kare Devi Saumya Krodha Dhare Rupe Chandarupe Namostute Srishti Rupe Namastubhyam Jadanang Jadatang Hanti Bhaktanang Bhaktavatsala Mudhatang Harame Devi Vam Hrum Hrum Kame Devi Bali Homa Priye Namaha Ugratare Namo Nityam Buddhing Devi Yasho Dehi Kavitvam Dehi Dehimi Mudhatvam Chahare Devi Indra Adi Vilasat Dvandva Vandite Karunamai Tare Taradhinath Hasye Continue to pray in your own mind. If you want to continue to just pray Trahimam Sharanagatam, keep it going in your mind. Surrender to Mata. Ashtamyang cha Chaturdashyang Navamyang yah Pathe Narha Shanamasa Siddhimapnuti Natra Karya Vicharana Moksharthi Labhate Moksham Dhanarthi Labhate Dhanam Vidyarthi Labhate Vidyang Tarka Vyakaranadikam Idam Stutram Pathedyastu Satatang Sadhayan Vitaha Tasya Shatru Shayang Yati Mahapragya Prajayate Piranang Vapi Sangrami Jadyang Dani Tatha Bhayi Na Yah Idang Patati Stotram Shubham Tasya Na Sanshaya Iti Pranamya Stutvacha Yoni Mudrang Padarshayit Om Iti Shri Nir Saraswati Stotram Samaptam Om Srim Hrim Saraswatyai Swaha. We concentrate on Divina devotees, Ma Saraswati. And she is said to be the goddess of learning. And she removes ignorance, agyan. So we appeal to her, He Shardema, agyanta se hame tardema. Why do I need to get rid of agyan? As was mentioned before, there are 5 mental afflictions from which we all suffer. The first is agyan, ignorance. And from ignorance emanates the next one, asmita, ego. And then follows rag, attachment, dvesh, aversion, and abhinivesh, fear of death. The last four are evolutes of the first one, agyan. If I can get rid of agyan, it follows without saying so to speak that asmita will no longer be existing. That sense of ego, the I-ness. Attachment, aversion, duality will no longer affect me. And there is no fear of death. Death will just appear to be a transition from one state into another. But agyan, ignorance, causes all our problems. So we pray to Mata, hey Ma, agyanta se hame tar de Ma. हे शहर दे महा, हे शहर दे महा, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ. हे शहर दे माँ, हे शहर दे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ. स्वर की देवी ये संगीत तुझसे, हर शब्द तेरा है, हर गीत तुझसे. तू स्वर की देवी ये संगीत तुझसे, हर शब्द तेरा है, हर गीत तुझसे. हम हैं अकेले, हम हैं अधूरे, तेरी शरण हम, हमें प्यार दे माँ. मुनियों ने समझी, गुनियों ने जानी, वेदों की भाषा, पुराणों की वाणी. मुनियों ने समझी, गुनियों ने जानी, वेदों की भाषा, पुराणों की वाणी. हम भी तो समझे, हम भी तो जाने, हम भी तो समझे, हम भी तो जाने, विद्या का हमको अधिकार दे माँ. श्वेत वर्णी कमल पे विराजे, हाथों में वीणा मुकुट सब साजे. तू श्वेत वर्णी कमल पे विराजे, हाथों में वीणा मुकुट सब साजे. मन से हमारे मिटा के अंधेरे, मन से हमारे मिटा के अंधेरे, हमको उजालों का संसार दे माँ. शारदे माँ अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। बोले श्री महासरस्वती माता की। And devotees, we concentrate on Bhagwan Shankar. I want you to visualize Shivlingam, Bhagwan in this form of the Shivlingam. And as we perform Lingashtakam, then that line again simple, Tat Pranamami Sada Shivlingam. We all should be aware of that line, Tat Pranamami Sada Shivlingam. Each line describes the lingam, different lingam, and then I say, Tat Pranamami Sada Shivlingam. I make prostrations to that lingam that has been described. So understand what you're saying. So the first part that I read will be describing the lingam, different lingam. And then when we describe each one, you say, Tat Pranamami Sada Shivlingam. I bow to that lingam, Shiva in that form. Understand what you're doing. Om Sri Ganeshaya Namah, Saraswatyaya Namah, Har Har Mahadev. Om Brahma Murari Surarchita Lingam, Nirmal Bhasita Shobhita Lingam, Janmaja Dukha Vinashaka Lingam, Deva Muni Pavararchita Lingam, Kama Daham Karunakara Lingam, Ravana Darpa Vinashana Lingam, Sarva Sugandhi Suripita Lingam, Bodhi Vivardhana Karana Lingam, Siddha Surasura Vandita Lingam, Kanaka Mahamani Bhushita Lingam, Panipati Veshtita Shobhita Lingam, Daksha Suyag Vinashaka Lingam, Kumkuma Chandana Lepita Lingam, Pankajahara Sushobhita Lingam, Sanchita Papa Vinashana Lingam, Devaganarchita Sevita Lingam, Bhavair Bhakti Bhirevacha Lingam, Dinakarakoti Prabhakara Lingam, Ashtadalopari Veshtita Lingam, Sarva Samudbhava Karana Lingam, Ashtadaridra Vinashita Lingam, Sura Guru Sura Vara Pujita Lingam, Suravana Pushpa Sadarchita Lingam, Parat Param Paramatmaka Lingam, Savenduti Shivaji, Lingashtakam Idam Punyam, Yapathe Shiva Sannidhav, Shivalok Mavapnuti, Shivena Saha Mudati, Itisi Lingashtakam Stotram Sampurnam, Om Karpura Gauram Karunavataram, Sansara Saram Bhujagendraharam, Sadava Santam Hridayarvinde, Bhavam Bhavani Sahitan Namami. Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Mahadev. Continue to concentrate on Shivaji devotees. Namaste, Namaste, Vibhu Vishwamurti. Namaste, Namaste, Vibhu Vishwamurti. Namaste, Namaste, Chidananda Murti. Namaste, Namaste, Tapo Yoga Gamya. Namaste, Namaste, Tapo Yoga Gamya. Namaste, Namaste, Shuti Jnana Gamya. Om Namah Shivaya. He Jagatrata Vishwavidhata. He Jagatrata Vishwavidhata. प्रेम के सिंधु दीन के बंधु, प्रेम के सिंधु दीन के बंधु, दुख दरिद्र विनाशन के। ओम नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमो। 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 हे जगता विश्व विधाता, हे सुख शांति निकेतन है। निश्चय खंड निश्चय खंड अनंतय नादि, निश्चय खंड निश्चय खंड अनंतय नादि, पूर्ण ब्रह्म सनातन हे। ओम नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमो। 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 हे जगता विश्व विधाता, हे सुख शांति निकेतन है। प्राण सखा प्राण सखा त्रिभुवन प्रतिपालक, प्राण सखा त्रिभुवन प्रतिपालक, प्राण सखा प्राण सखा प्राण सखा प्राण सखा प्राण सखा प्राण सखा त्रिभुवन प्रतिपालक, जीवन के अवलंबन है। ओम नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमो। 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 ओम नमः शिवाय। हे जगता विश्व विधाता, हे सुख शांति निकेतन है। ओम नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमो। ओम नमः शिवाय Shivaya Namo, Om Namah Shivaya. Boli Shri Umapati Mahadeva ki Jai. Devotees, so I guess that we, at this point in time, should have been properly well attuned. Invocation is to prepare ourselves, tuning ourselves to that divine frequency. So I will continue how I normally carry on, just to remind you of some words of wisdom given to us by the sages, and most of these bhajans are by Brahmanand, great poet and sage. The bhajans have different levels of understanding, and we need to go to deeper levels. Brahmanand devotees is pointing out true sadhu, the divine ones, to all of us. Dekha acharaj bhari. Look at the miracles, the mysteries of this world that surround us. So we start on the outside, but then the journey has to end up on the inside. As we heard last night, Pritamahi teri tana andar, kya khoje ban parvata kandar, ulat dekha ghatamahi. So we look at the external, we see what is happening there, but we need to internalize. Why? Yatha pinde, tatha brahmahandi. As in the microcosm, so the macrocosm. If we can't internalize, then devotees, we don't grow spiritually. So let's listen to what Brahmananda is saying to us. Sadhu dekhaya charaj bhari, sadhu dekhaya charaj bhari, sadhu dekhaya charaj bhari, sadhu dekhaya charaj bhari, sadhu dekhaya charaj bhari. गगन बीच अमृत का कुआं, गगन बीच अमृत का कुआं, झरे सदा सुखकारी, झरे सदा सुखकारी, पंगु पुरुष, पंगु पुरुष चढ़े बिन सीढ़ी, पंगु पुरुष चढ़े बिन सीढ़ी, पीवे भर भर झरी, पीवे भर भर झरी, साधु dekhaya charaj bhari. Sadhu, there is a pond up in space filled with amrit, nectar, that substance that gives eternal life. No stairways leading up to this pond. But if that is strange, stranger still, the crippled man reaches to that spot. He drinks his fill to gain eternal life. But men with legs, they became crippled, they couldn't reach there. Strange? Listen again, Sadhu. Bina bajaye nish din pahari, Bina bajaye nish din pahari, घंटा शंख नगारे, घंटा शंख नगारे, बहरा सुन सुन मस्त होता है, बहरा सुन सुन मस्त होता है, तन तन की खबर विसारे, साधु देखय जगत भरी। Sadhu, divine music was heard, divine instruments. No players, no instruments were seen. Strange. The vibration was here, but stranger still. The deaf man heard that divine music, losing all sense of time, place, circumstances. But men with ears were deaf, didn't hear. Listen, Sadhu. बिना भूमि के महल बन है, बिना भूमि के महल बन है, कहा में जोत उजारी, कहा में जोत उजारी, अंधा देख देख सुख पावे, अंधा देख देख सुख पावे, बात बतावे सारी, बात बतावे सारी, साधु देखय चरत भरी। साधु, बिना भूमि के महल बना है, without any foundation, a palace was seen in space. But not only that, brilliantly illuminated, but no source of illumination. And stranger still, the blind man saw that palace, brilliantly illuminated, telling the world, look, there is that palace, brilliantly illuminated. But who will believe a blind man? Especially those who had eyes, as you see, but were blind. Sadhu, देखा सूरज भारी, जीता मर करके फिर जीवे, जीता मर करके फिर जीवे, बिना भोजन बलधारी, बिना भोजन बलधारी, ब्रह्मानंद संत जन बिरला, ब्रह्मानंद संत जन बिरला, समझे बात हमारी, ओ समझे बात हमारी, साधु देखय चरत भरी, साधु देखय चरत भरी। साधु, जीता मर कर फिर जीवेंगे. There is that which dies and is reborn, but no form of sustenance. They say it dies, but it doesn't really die. It is eternal. There is no death for it in the form that we know. Strange, mysterious. Brahmananda Singh Sadhu, samjhe baat hamari. You can ask a question. Are you understanding what I am saying? Or he gives an instruction. Understand what I am saying to you. Samjhe baat hamari. So what is all this about devotees? So that has everything to do with the human body. Where is that pond in space? Is in our head. Remember, yatha pinde tatha brahmandi. As in the microcosm, so the macrocosm. That pond is in the head. And of course, there are no stairways leading up to this pond in our head. But how can I reach to that pond? That pond has amrit, nectar, which we can gain eternal life. How do I reach there? बैठ आसन जमा करके त्याग मन के विचारों को, देख भ्रकुटी में अंदर से चमकता है जब तारा, You have to stabilize yourself. Meaning, you cripple yourself, so to speak, sitting one spot. You can't roam everywhere and expect to reach to that pond. You won't reach. You have to sit an internal journey. Internal journey. You come through meditative processes, as the bhajan says. Focus upon this point between the eyebrows. You tap into that energy. And devotees, when you reach that point of spiritual perfection, spiritual actualization, what happened? Different hormones are created within the body that runs down the bloodstream. A sense of ecstasy is experienced that is indescribable. It cannot happen otherwise. When people experience a little bit of happiness with, external beverages and so on, you don't know what the real truth is. You don't know what the real ecstasy is. You can never experience it unless you go inside. But how? Stabilize. You can't roam all about, knock about all about, and expect to reach to that pond. The journey is inward. And devotees, there's always divine music in the atmosphere, sound vibration. The first vibration ever created, the pulsation of the universe. But when we only hear gross sounds, which is most of us attracted to, you will never hear the subtle sounds. So when they say the deaf man heard that music, Ganta, Shank Nagare, those divine instruments, losing all sense of ecstasy, those of us who can withdraw from the physical grossness around us, focus on the subtlety of the creation, divine sounds. You can hear the Basuri of Bhagwan Kanhaiya. You can hear the Damra of Bhagwan Shankar, Dimik Dimikadim. You can hear, if you go deeper and deeper through meditative processes, the buzzing of the bee, as it were. Anahat Nad, unstruck sound, continuous, no parts. But what we do, we are caught up with the external. So then how would you experience these subtle sounds? And then when you experience these subtle sounds, you experience a state of ecstasy. Devotees, as we mentioned just now, you focus upon this spot here, right? You meditate. Where is the palace in space? Devotees, this whole universe is divine. Everything is divine. Many speak of the Father's palace, whatever it may be. But there are divine sights to be had. But you have to go beyond the gross sights. In the battlefield of Kurukshetra, millions were present. Who saw that Virat Swarup? The cosmic form, that Vishwarup, the form of all forms, subtotal of all forms. Who saw it? Arjun. How did he see it? He was blessed with divine sight. And study the Gita, Bhagavan says, when Arjun asked, Lord, I want to see you in this form. Bhagavan said, all right. But notice what Arjun said. Not just I want to see you, Lord. You know what he said? If you think I am qualified for that darshan, then give it to me. After Bhagavan preached to him so much, you don't ask for anything just so, you might really get it. But Bhagavan said, Arjun said, if I really deserve it, O Lord, if you think in your analysis that I deserve to get that sight, please show me Virat Swarup. Then Bhagavan said, Arjun, you cannot get that darshan with these physical eyes of yours. Understand how the bhajan comes in here? These physical eyes, you cannot see divines. You might see nice murti, place looking nice, flower garden and so on. But these sights are nothing compared to the divine sight. When you are blind to the physical, then your eyes are open to the spiritual, divine. And as we keep saying, only you can do it for you, I for me. Nobody could help you on that path. And what doesn't die, always exist, doesn't depend upon any food. We just finished with Tripakshana. Everybody taking on food for the father and Maranding? Would they eat? Does the soul eat food? Atma, it is unborn, it is unmanifest, it is deathless, and food cannot sustain it. It is eternal. And that is what we pay the least attention to. Because everybody nourishes the body, grooms the body, decorates it, however. The body dies, it perishes. And when it's time for the soul, very few of us pay attention to it. Bhojan is for the body, bhajan is for the soul. You see, when we sit here and we pray, if you pray the right way, you get yourself involved, deeper concentration, you're nourishing the soul as we see. And when puja is finished and so on, you get your refreshment, you nourish the body. Yeah. But if you don't nourish the soul, where are you going? The body dies, the soul doesn't. So devotees, this type of philosophy is good to understand. And over we have been saying, man lives himself by himself, man sings himself by himself. Nobody could help you in this. I can only facilitate, I can talk, etc. Others can do likewise. But I have to help myself, you have to help yourself. These sages, brilliant minds, devotees, they were liberated beings. And the more we analyze these bhajans, the deeper you see the philosophy is. Amazing. Amazing. One bhajan alone could be a whole discourse, devotees, that this is a whole discourse. But I haven't started discourse yet. So we're going to go through the discourse tonight. You have to understand, because of time factor and the devotees, I will try to keep it simple. Now, our focus tonight will be a little bit on Ma Saraswati, because we have two students sitting down here, one fourth year medical school, one Upper Cape. So we want to pray to Ma Saraswati, so help them and all others who are in the path of study. So devotees, I will have to summarize some, and just for my own gratification, I will read some. Now, when I read the Sanskrit sloka and so on, it's not a show off now. I want to keep in practice. Because if I don't read it, I could lose practice now. As everything else, you don't practice, you lose out. And then, it's important that we understand, at least we read the scriptures, because the scriptures, they're manifestation of the Lord. And what is written here, his words, so to speak. So we shouldn't disrespect them. Yeah? So devotees, see, Ved Vyasji relating Katha to Raja Janmejai, the Devi Katha. And he had mentioned about a person whose name was Satya. He was born an idiot, fool, very, very stupid. But unwittingly, one day, reciting what is close to the Bij mantra of Saraswati Ma, seed mantra. Now you have many mantras, but devotees, the whole tree comes out of a seed. So Om Srim Hrim Saraswatyai Swaha. Ai, that is Bij mantra. We have a lot of Puranic mantras, Vedic mantras, and the sages in their infinite wisdom incorporated within these mantras all the Bij mantra. So this is why it's important to pronounce your mantras correctly. They didn't put an I just for Su. I, Bij mantra for Saraswati Ma. So devotees, unwittingly, Ved Vyas is saying this individual chanted that mantra. We shall listen to the circumstances. And strange enough, through the grace of Ma Saraswati and other factors which we shall listen to, that ignorance left him totally. And if in case I forget to mention, around the age of 26 years he was when this happened to him. So from birth to 26, fella lived a well idiotic life. What caused your devotees? So we have been hearing that nothing happens without reason. Nothing. Everything had its genesis in karma. Ved Vyas is saying, O Holy One, O King, once in my travel, my peregrinations, as we see, roaming everywhere, I came to that holy spot, Naimisharanya. And that Naimisharanya, you had an august assembly of sages. An august assembly is not an assembly in August. Right? That term we used to describe one of assembly of a high nitya. High nitya. Not ordinary. Not ordinary. The sages, thousands sit down there having their discussion. So, during the course of discussion, I listened to them discoursing. I sat also. You have a lot of great sages sitting present there. One of them was Jamadagni. Now, Jamadagni, for those who follow scriptures, he was the father of Parshuram. Parshuram, one of the manifestations of the Lord. Remember, we have Lord Vishnu having 10 major manifestations, right? You have Kurm, Matsya, Kurm, Varaha. What's the next one? Vaman, and then Parshuram, then Ram, then Krishna, etc. Parshuram. Ram with the axe. So, Jamadagni was the father of Parshuram. And just to let you know, the devotees, I like to bring it out, the power of these fellows. Sorry to call them fellows. These great sages. Now, once it is said his consort, her name was Renuka, I think it was. Some misdemeanor. And Jamadagni, very angry. He had 3 sons. Parshuram was the last. He told the first one, I want you to behead your mother. Behead your mother. Now they say a father's wish is a son's command. Which son will do that, girl? Boy? Which one? Devotees, big son say, I can't do that. Jamadagni transformed him to a rock. If disobedient, transform him into a rock. Second son, no father, I can't do that. He also was transformed into a rock. Then he told towards Parshuram, Ram, behead your mother. Parshuram took his axe and beheaded his mother. But when he did that, the father was highly pleased. Now, Parshuram knew of the power of his father. Parshuram was told by his father, oh Ram, ask, I'm pleased with you. Ask a Vardhan. And what he asked for? Oh Father, restore my mother back to life and forgive her. Let her be reunited with you. That was done. In other words, Jamadagni had that power. He was testing his son Parshuram. That resilience. But he knew, he didn't act in ignorance, he knew of the power of his father. We speak of Jamadagni here. These are the kind of sages we're talking about. Not someone who just manifesting some vibhuti and then another chain here and then people say Bhagwan, Bhagwan, Bhagwan Bangail. No. And he was a devotee of the Lord, Jamadagni. I'm not criticizing anybody, but when there's ignorance, you jump like whatever, all places. I get it perhaps in Kapu. So devotees, this is to let us know the power of these sages. These are the kind of people we're talking about. This was why I said an august assembly, holy ones, powerful ones. Bharadwaj Muni, Ramayana tells us, in twinkle of an eye, he created a whole city when Bharat and the whole entourage were going to look for Sri Ram. Whole city, right? House for everybody, Kamdhenu in every yard, Kalpabriksh, servants to read the mind. In the twinkle of an eye, he created that. That will make him God. He was a bhakta of Sri Ram. So when you understand scriptures, you don't jump and talk stupidness. You understand scriptures. And all these things are possible because the power exists in everybody who can uplift themselves to that level. Yeah. We don't have any like that. I can boldly say in Kali Yuga, like these sages. So devotees, Jamadagni, he was the one who now stood up. So when you hear the name Jamadagni, understand who we're talking about, what we're talking about. So Jamadagni stood up. All the sages present there, no old talk. Pratham Bhakti Santan Kar Sangha. When sages come together, satsang, no old talk, nobody business, etc. We don't spoil it. So devotees, high discussion. Jamadagni, he asked a question. Sandehosti Mahabhaga, Mama Chetasi Tapasaha, Samajeshu Muninang Vai, Misandehu Bhavamyam, Brahma Vishnus Tatha Rudro, Maghava Varno Nalaha, Kuberaha Pavanatwasta, Sena Nishtakadadhipaha, Suryoshvino Bhagaha Pusha, Nisha Nato Gahas Tathaha, Aradhaniya Tamahaputra, Vanchit Alta Palapradaha, Sukse Vyasya Satatang, Chashusoshasya Manadaha, Brung Vantu Munahashigrang, Sarvagyaha, Sanshita Varma, Sanshita Vrataha, Evang Prashne Kite, Tatra Lomasho Vakyama Prabit. Jamadagni, Sunushvetadyat, Prishtang Vaitwadhra Yunaha, Sevaniya Tamashakti, Sarveshang Shubham Ichatam, Para Parakriti Radyacha, Sarvaga Sarva Tashiva. devotees, Jamadagni stood up and he said, "O most august assembly of holy ones, learned intellectually, evolved beings, we know what they are, enlightened beings. There is a doubt in my mind." Now, devotees, we have to ask, was there really doubt in his mind? Or this is one of the ways the sages have in teaching us lessons? So they create the doubt, they ask the question, and answers come to enlighten us. So they put themselves at a disadvantage by thinking that, we could think that they don't know. No, not they don't know. They do this for our benefit, for our sake. Jamadagni is such an elevated being. The questions you're going to ask, don't you think he knew the answer? But devoted, it is for us. And therefore, let's show gratitude. Because he's trying to enlighten us, to help us. Great sages, Paropakar, they serve mankind like that. But of course, mankind thinks differently. Leave that right there. Man lives himself by himself, man sings himself by himself. What is the question he asked? He said, "O holy ones," and devoted, I'll put it simply, there is a whole pantheon of gods in Hinduism. Right? Ganesh Baba. So he quoted some here. We have all these different forms of divinity. Right? This doubt of mine is, I'm going to put it to you, holy ones. We have Brahma, we have Vishnu, Rudra, Maghava, Vanur, Varun, Anal, Kuber, Pavan. Whole set of gods and goddesses we have. And we know that. Endless gods. 33 million gods Hindus have. We're very rich. Other religions have one God, they're very poor. So they say, devotees, what he's asking, all these different forms of divinity, which is the most powerful, which is the best, that a person could worship to achieve all his life's desires, objectives fulfilled. And not only achieve, but quickly. Which aspect is best to please so that success will come to us? Which aspect should be worshipped, must be worshipped? Now, devotees, last night we spoke about that. So I'm sure you know the answer. Right? But he asked the question in this way, and for our benefit, nothing is wrong with worshipping all the different aspects, but, he's emphasizing, or he wants to bring out from the sages, for our benefit, which aspect must be worshipped. Definitely has to be worshipped. Amongst them was the great sage whose name was Lomas Rishi. Lomas said, "Jamadagni, that question you ask, the answer is quite simple. The answer is quite simple. So I'm putting it to you simply, devotees. Because they have a long discussion now. You see, these sages talk like how I talk at times. See, I other things, and then put the essence inside it. So I'm trying to put the essence only. So he's saying, listen, there's one particular aspect that must be worshipped, most powerful, second to none. That aspect must be worshipped. And who is that? Shakti, Devi. And last night we spoke about that Devi, the force behind all forces. Most powerful, that Devi. Brahm, she said last night, Brahm who? I am Brahm. Right? Brahma creates with her Shakti, Devi. Vishnu sustains, etc. We did all that last night. So here, Lomas is saying, "Oh, Jamadagni, let there be no doubt. That aspect to be worshipped and must be worshipped is Devi. Devi." So devotees, who is Devi? Simple bhajan. If you can join me, feel free. She is the essence of all peace, fulfillment. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu, Shakti Rupen, Buddhi Rupen, Daya Rupen, Lakshmi Rupen, Kshama Rupen, all kind of Rupen. Devi is everything. Everything. Sarva Mangala Mangalye, Shive Sarvartha Sadhike, Sharanye Tambake Gauri, Narayani Namostute, Jagadambike, Jai Jai Jagajanani Maha. Kya Manahar Naam सुहाया है क्या मनहर नाम सुहाया है माँ सब कुछ तेरू चरणों पर मेरे मन कोई भाया है। जगदम्बिके जय जय जग जननी महा। जगदम्बिके जय जय जग जननी महा। क्या मनहर नाम सुहाया है। क्या मनहर नाम सुहाया है। माँ सब कुछ तेरो चरणों पर मेरे मन कोई भाया है। जगदम्बिके जय जय जग जननी महा। जगदम्बिके जय जय जग जननी महा। जय माँ जय माँ। श्री राम तू ही, श्री कृष्ण तू ही, दुर्गा काली श्री राधा तू। हे माँ हे माँ हे माँ। श्री राम तू ही, श्री कृष्ण तू ही, दुर्गा काली श्री राधा तू। हे माँ हे माँ हे माँ। ब्रह्मा विष्णु शिव शंकर में तेरा ही तेजस समाया है। तेरा ही तेज समाया। जय माँ जय माँ। माँ जो पावो तुमसे पावो। माँ जो पावो तुमसे पावो। जो देवे उसमें हर्षावो। माँ जो पावो तुमसे पावो। माँ जो पावो तुमसे पावो। जो देवे उसमें हर्षावो। कुछ रहे न मेरा अपनापन। मैंने सर्वस्व चढ़ाया है। जगदम्बिके जय जय जग जननी माँ। क्या मनहर नाम सुहाया है। क्या मनहर नाम सुहाया है। माँ सब कुछ तेरो चरणों पर मेरे मन कोई भाया है। जगदम्बिके जय जय जग जननी महा। जगदम्बिके जय जय जग जननी महा। जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ। Devi is everything, devotees. Sri Rama Tui, last night we did a bhajan. Durga, Lakshmi, Kali, Parvati. Everything is that Devi. Everything. Not energy. So this point was made by Lumas, Rishi. And then he said, "O holy ones, I'll put to you an incident to project, to impact upon us most forcefully the power of that Devi." There's a story, an incident that happened. There was an holy man whose name was Devdat. He was married, his consort's name was Rohini. They lived together for quite some time, and there was no children. The holy man wanted to have a son, to carry his lineage, etc. This is the thinking of many people. He tried everything humanly possible. Then when nothing was forthcoming, he decided to perform what is called a putreshti yagya. There is a solution to every problem, devotees. Hinduism tells us that. We have to seek the solution. So putreshti yagya is sacrifice that will bring us fruits, a son for this holy man. So, उसने तमसा के किनारे विधि पूर्वक मंडप करके और सब कर्म में चतुर ब्राह्मणों को बुलाकर, he went to the bank of a river that was called Tamsa Nadi, and he created, well, he caused, we built a mandap, tent, what we normally say, we put it up, right, a wonderful place, and he created the altar. Now devotees, yag in those days, not like what we call yag now. The main aspect of that yagya would be an Agni Kund, what we call the Havan Kund, we do Havan in. And this wouldn't be like something small like what we have here. Long time we used to use hubcap, right? Within puja we use hubcap. But now since they stopped making hubcap, you have to get something otherwise. So devotees, that Agni Kund had to be dug to specifications. No skylark. Now this is why many of us, we have no idea about yagya. Now you do a yagya, it can transform you, either positively or negatively can destroy you. This is why when a yag has to be done, you have to have the right personnel to conduct the yagya. If you take a man who believes he's a builder, I want to build your house, devotee, he doesn't even know how to put a foundation, and you're killing yourself. Now, this is something again in Hinduism people don't pay attention to. Anybody in Dhoti and Kurta, Baba, let me call he, Baba, let me call he. Even if he qualified or not. So devotees, this holy man, Devdat, Brahman, he wanted to get the right people to officiate. So got the right person to dig the Agni Kund, and there's a formula which I wouldn't give you, right? But we make it a different, different sizes, and I have my Agni Kund made the specifications. So I'm very selfish, I won't tell you. So devotees, that Agni Kund was dug at a particular point in time. You have to dig it at a particular point in time in the ground, right? Based upon certain specification, there's a formula. And the fire had to be lit at a particular point in time because they wanted to do a special sacrifice for certain successes to come. As opposed to when we do a yag, we just do a yag to give thanks and so on. That is different. But that particular yagya, you had to follow specifications and everything from the Vedas. So as such, they had to have 5 holy men to officiate. So one, the main person, he is called the Udgata. He is the one who is chanting all the hymns, the mantras from the Samved. And on the 4th side of the Agni Kund, you have 4 holy men. Holy men who came from the background, who had the tapasya shakti, the right players and the devotees. They didn't pick up any quack from anywhere and bring them. Right? So here they have Suhotra. He was the Brahma in the Yagya. Yagvalakya Muni. Yagvalak Bhardwaj, Yagvalakya Muni. He was another one. Brihaspati, another one. Pal, another one. And devotees, the oldest of them all, Gobhil, like me. Old sage, but he was highly versed in chanting the mantras. So he would chant the mantras. These 4 around the Agni Kund would make sure the fire is lit. They would get the firewood and so on and so forth. One of them will be offering the ghee into the fire. Mahayagya. No surta. The king, his consort will be in a mandap sitting by themselves. Nobody interfering there except the holy men who qualified. Not even now or Nonia. Because all of them have their own agenda. I don't want to digress now. Yeah? Now when we have a yagan thing, anybody jump and persuade here and persuade there, they interfere with everything, we say we do in yag. Just that we speak about the positive. The disciplines that were maintained in this yagya. Right? The right people to do the right things, otherwise failure. So, yag started, and the Urgata, like in this case, like me, I am the one reading and so on. Gobhil, the oldest, he chanting mantra. Now, the mantras they would chant are not like how we chant it. They are from the Sam Ved, and you have certain notes you use to sing them. Certain pauses you have to make. This is why I've been telling people certain mantras we use. If you use simple mantras, it's okay. You know, Om Namah Shivaya, you can't go wrong. But when you see like even Gayatri mantra, Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha, Tat Savitur Varenyam, notice you have to have pauses. Yeah? These mantras are very powerful. And the pauses are not for style. We know many people have very powerful breath. One breath you can say the whole mantra. No, don't do that. Don't do that. But we have said this over and over. I leave it up to people to decide to understand what you're doing. Now, devotees, this Udgata, Gobhil, old, and you know, as you get older, sometimes the breathing becomes a problem. I don't know if all pick up, I have the problem too, I don't know. But while he's saying the mantra, in between, right, pausing to breathe, right, like it appears as if he's cutting the mantra in the ears, to the ears of Devdat, who was a learned man, very learned man. So Devdat is listening. The important thing is the mantra you're going to say, and if you're not saying the mantra right, you're not using the right intonation, the right pauses, etc., what will be the effect of the yag? So Gobhil, poor fellow, fighting it. I mean, he had the capacity, but in between, you know, pausing to, when it's a chop and cough in between, yeah, whatever. But devotees, Devdat got angry. Now remember, he organized the yagya. And he asked these holy men to come and officiate. And now he stood up. So in simple and brief form, he's saying, Oh Gobhil, oh Udgata, you are a fool. But in front of everybody, why? Imagine Dharam tell me and say, Guruji, you are a donkey. Well, you won't survive if you do that. So devotees, he accosted Gobhil. Right? You're bunkering the yag, you're destroying the yag. This mistake you're making, you're a fool. Now remember the first night those of you were here, what we said. And all of you remember, you know. Let us remember everything. When I remind you, remember. When the Vamri, what they say? Ital Brahma. To cut anybody who giving the speech, reading and so on, is a pap. It's a sin. Equivalent to the killing of a holy man. What they did. Cut across the holy man. Now this was a genuine holy man. Not 2x4 now. Or 4x4. Genuine. Right? He said, you are a fool. Gobhil right away said, Oh Devdat, you call me a fool? Your son shall be a fool. Well, that will mean one thing for sure. He's going to have a son. So Gobhil knew what he was doing. But you call me a fool? You insulted me? Your son shall be born a fool. He shall be unlettered, illiterate. Now devotees, to put it simply, we all like to have children, right? Some like to have sons, daughters. Nothing wrong with daughters too. I'm putting it to all of us. But you know, the sons, they carry on the lineage, as we say. And if you have a son devotee who's illiterate, what kind of lineage he will carry on? Even my daughter too, put it in this context, present the context. And he's a holy man, Devdat. It's like, how do you have a son who's stupid? But people will laugh. You know that? Want to see the Pandit have somebody who's stupid and they're glad. Many people wicked in their mind. But they can't have that joy where I'm concerned. No way. So devotees, Devdat now realized that the word of the sage wouldn't fall. Gobhil said, Oh Devdat, I'm old. With the passing of time, you know, the breathing and so on becomes, you know, challenging, etc. We all know that. Everybody getting older. You get old, all your tendon ills. Kapha, Pitta, Vata, the humors of the body affect us. Arthritis in the joint, throat, mucus in the throat. And then we know that in the devotees. Everybody knows that. And sometimes you don't have to wait to get old for that. Now some young people have the same problem. Yeah? Old young people. So devotees, he's saying that I'm this age. Right? You asked me to do this. I'm trying my best. But that doesn't mean to say that I don't have that spirituality, the power to bring the yug to success, and yet you are abusing me, you are insulting me. Now devotees, I keep saying this. If a man lives the right life, a pandit who lives the right life, lives, and the older he gets, it's like a fruit. Riper it gets, the sweeter it becomes. In other words, more powerful he becomes. The young man who has plenty of energy to ball hard and make plenty joke and whatever. You see the old fella? Those guys like by him? He has the power to bless you, life transform, curse you, you sink. What is happening here? David knew that and made a mistake. So he started to beg now, oh Holy One, for a little mistake like this, such a big punishment. He saw his, whatever he did, as a small mistake. That could be a small mistake, devotees. You insult that holy man in front of everybody. He begged. He said, oh, Holy One, now we call him Holy One. The holy man, he's like, his heart is very soft. He's very forgiving. And he went along this kind of line, trying to atone for his mistake. And then he's praying and he's saying to him, it's better not to have a son than to have a son who is illiterate. It is better to have a lame son, a deaf son, a blind son, a dumb son, but have one who's stupid. Which one are all stupid? I want all to understand that. We don't want any illiterate sons amongst us. Support. So go forward. So here scriptures tell us, it's better you have a son with some form of, disability than have one who is intellectually disabled, illiterate, stupid. Because every single moment you die. And you're blessing me with that. You tell me, my son, and as a holy man, people are going to laugh at me, thinking about all that. They're going to mock me, right? And we all know, we mentioned that already. Oh, Holy One, please, reconsider. But devoted the spoken word, the shot arrow, the fired bullet, you can't take it back. Once it's released, it's released. Gobhil's mind was very soft. And when David prayed in this way, he said, all right, oh, David, I shall give you a blessing. Your son shall be born a murk. I can't take back that. But in due course, through the grace of divine my blessing, he shall become a great intellectual, revered through the whole world. I'm giving you that blessing. And so, devotees, the 10th year came to a conclusion. And whatever was done in the Agni Kund, nowadays they have different methodologies whereby they try to get people pregnant and so on. Sages, long time through mantra, that substance from the Agni Kund was administered to Rohini. She consumed, she became an expectant mother, and she gave birth to a son. And devotees, they gave him a very nice name, Satya. Satya. Nice name. But although called all the children that, because they can't pronounce it good. Devotees, this child from small demonstrated the inability to learn anything. He's there looking on, and I don't want to be judgmental, but sometimes when I look at some people, they remind me of Satya. There's someone like the stupid, this chain. That reminds you, Yeah? You see, so you wonder if something has happened to them. A srap. That child was born with srap, curse. Yeah? And he continued so. 8 years, Janev, the Yagya Pavit was given to him, as according to the tradition. And he was put into the path of learning Vedas, etc. He knew the alphabet, he could read Vedas. So devotees, it was terrible. People laughed at that, they did that. Now he had to pay for what he did. Now if the child that's stupid in the devotees, you think he's very sensitive to know what's happening? Some people may say the child paying for the father's sin. No, the father's suffering. The child unaware. He can't understand. He's so illiterate. He can't comprehend abuse and so on and so forth. And devotees, along detailed thing is given here. Say a holy man, if he's not living the life, and I keep saying this is where I get it from. Some people from the see dhoti and kurta, bow and do arti and pass siddhan dakshinanding. If a man doesn't live the life and you touch that man, you lose merits. that person is unqualified. If you have an illiterate Brahman, Devi Bhagavad is telling us, an illiterate Brahman, he doesn't deserve to be given Siddha, etc., etc. Scriptures tell us that. To worship such a person, you lose. And worse yet, to call such a person to do your puja, you lose more. Because the first power in a yajna is your vyas. But in today's world, you have all kinds. We call this Singhasan, lion seat. You have plenty of sheep and donkey end up here. Somebody may say, donkey is not right here. Whatever you can call me, whatever you want. Yeah? But devotees, we pay no attention to these things because we do what we feel. You don't look for quality. That's a big, big mistake people make. You're caught up by the show that somebody could put on for you. Public relations. Let me go that direction. But you could do how much you want. If the right person doesn't officiate, you lose out badly. You lose out. You get no blessings, plus you lose out. All that was stated here. So devotees, this individual, he knows how to bathe. You know, all the normal daily ablutions, right? Oblations, nothing at all. Now many of us may say we know how to bathe. Guess go in the bathroom, shampoo your hair, whatever. When you're going to bathe, just to digress for one moment. You just jump in water, just all. You have to say mantra. How many people do that? Mantra? You say mantra in the bathroom, why? Everything we do. You get up in the morning time, pray. Right? Brushing your teeth, bathing, pray. Mantra Shakti. Before you eat, pray. Of course, we know most people do that. Right? Praying so much, why? And have they already said too much praying is good? So I can't say so much prayer. Devotees for the holy man, all these disciplines he has to maintain. Now, you all wouldn't know that. Right? We know some of them go funeral. From funeral, they think they're looking clean, they go straight puja. They haven't washed their hands self. You even know that. Because you have trust and confidence in him. Not in today's world, not so much now. Open your eyes. Follow what scripture is telling us. Don't get carried away. Don't get fooled. Yeah. From the time we have a person with a pundit, in name Maharaj or Sharma or whatever, call him. All call him. Devotees, problem. This child, 12 years, then he realized, a little bit realization, that like nobody like me here. Parents abusing him. The society abusing him. So he decided to go in the forest by himself. But I live by myself. Right? So he went into the forest and make a little shack by himself. And devotees, as best as he can, he just tried to maintain the discipline, whatever within his limitations. Just brush his teeth a little bit. Right? As I say, he had no mantra to bathe and thing, whatever. But he decided to do one thing. That is maintain truth. And if you know how hard that is. And all you know, truth is the most difficult thing to maintain. So, everybody gave him a name. Instead of Satya, they call him Satya Tapa. Satya Tapa. He was tapasya is truth. And in this age, Kali Yuga devotees, it's easier to get money out of a man than get the truth. Everybody would know that. Yeah. So he decided to maintain truth as best as he could. That's all he knew. That austerity of truth. So he was called Satya Tapa. In due course, he became Satya Vrat. Vrat, that observance of truth. And so time passed. 12 years, devotees, he was when he went into the forest. And then for further 14 years, when about 26 years of age, something happened. What happened? A hunter was hunting deer. But he couldn't find a deer, so he found a hog. That is just as good. So he shot the hog with the arrow now. I don't know which part he shoot him, I wasn't there. But the hog felt that pain and screaming out. The hog ran through the ashram of Satyabrat. And the hog making its own noise. I mean, I can't make the noise like a hog. I'll try, but the hog, make noise, pain going. And when Satyabrat, why didn't grunt in? Raj no. Right. So The hog went through into the bushes nearby. But all Satya could have done in that shock, taken aback, ay. Twice he said it, ay. Now Saraswati Mata Bij Mantra is ain, ain. Right? He didn't even put the ma part, ay. Now I say go to call people, ay. Yeah. So devotees hug gone in the forest, not far bushes away, hunter reached to the ashram. He said, oh Satya Vrat, I know you always speak the truth, the tapasya you maintain. Tell me, did you see the hog pass here? Where is the hog? Devotees, Satya Vrat, all this time that ay, he said, Saraswati Mata Bij Mantra. So the other factor is that the shrap was being lifted off gradually. It didn't happen just so. Remember, Gobhir blessed him. He will remain illiterate for quite a while, but then gradually that ignorance will disappear. He'll become a Mahagyani. So the time was coming for him. So the blessing of the sage, the power of that Bij Mantra, he started to think differently now. If I tell this hunter, the hog gone there, I'll be accessory after the fact. That is law. Right? The law is not yet tonight, right? So I can say anything. I don't want to be accessory after the fact, killing the deer and the hog. But if I say no, I'm telling a lie. So what should I do? Dharma Sankat. Many times we are caught up in such a situation. Now devotees, I want to make a statement here and don't misconstrue it. Right? You don't use it to your own benefit. The Vedas have told, well, the Upanishads have told us, rather than speak the truth, speak that which is best for all. Listen to me carefully. In society where we live, that is in this society, rather than speak the truth, speak that which is best for all. Not for me, but for all. I use a simple example. If say there is some civil disorder and everybody hides inside the temple, and somebody see how they were outside, that is me, no? And say, how they were everybody, and how they can't lie. All of them inside the temple, can't lie, come and kill everybody. What truth is that? You all understanding? For the benefit of society, right? Rather than speak the truth, you speak that which is best for all. When you reach to the point of sannyas, higher level, then you don't compromise the truth. You try not to. Try to find a way out of it. But devotees, the idea is that no matter what, we must always try to do that which is best for mankind. Not even speech, whatever, do anything to hurt others. So we are told that. But I make that exception. Many of us will lie because they suit my benefit. If you do that, it's a pap. That untruth, whatever it may be, must be for the benefit of others, not for you. No selfishness. So you have a choice. And if you think you're pretending that no, it's for everybody, it's not for me, but deep down inside you know you're lying, it's going to affect you. Don't play games. These are the kind of games people play. Mind games. Koi la kare chaturai karma ka lekh mein te nari bhai. You can't rub off that karma. You can't. Don't play games. So devotees, here, Satya Vrat, what to do? If I tell him, hog dead. If I don't tell him, his family is starving. What to do? Master Saraswati's blessings. And in simple terms, he said, oh hunter, what could see doesn't speak. And what could speak doesn't see. Listen to this statement. What sees cannot speak. What can speak didn't see. Now I'm sure many of you could be confused if you never heard it before. What's Chupinisi saying? Well, the hunter, he was illiterate. He couldn't understand what this man said. He said, well, he's really stupid. What, you know, what he meant. The eyes saw. Could the eyes speak? The tongue could speak. Did it see? And people have to understand that. In life, you come across many situations. People see something, and by the time it reaches to their mouth, but you think totally distorted. Totally distorted. I had experience with that. Had an accident down south. Man break no right turn sign and I bounce him. And All them come, a police fella come, he say, yes, he coming from that side. Lion. Who you fooling with that? Gains? So sometimes all these so-called witnesses, you paint things to your own interest also. You really sure what you saw? And you know, many times in court we have plenty of witnesses going. One lawyer told me there's my truth, there's your truth, that's two people, and there's the truth. Most times your truth and my truth is not the truth. Falsehood prevails into this world on all sides. And all these little so-called mistakes we make cause our problems in life. Must come back to haunt us. Speech. So devotees, this Satya Vrat, very wisely, O hunter, what saw cannot speak, what could speak didn't see. What can I say? Hog safe, hunter go back, he says, this man mad. Let me find something else to shoot. And so Satya Vrat got himself out of that through the grace of Ma Saraswati. And shortly afterwards, like that dark cloud under which he was lifted. And he was able to begin, to understand, Shrap removed. And devotees, in brief, he became a Mahagyani. The world respected him. The parents, when realized the name was spreading, Satya Vrat, Satya Vrat, Satya Vrat, everybody speaking about Satya Vrat. They went and with great, humility and whatever, invited him to come back home, come back into the ashram. He was reunited with his family. And he commanded that respect on all sides because of his learning. But because of the grace of Ma Saraswati. Saraswati Ma. So devotees, we have to understand the power of that Devi. Just unconsciously, Loma Rishi is saying, Yamadagni, this illiterate one became a Mahagyani. So if you look at it closely, who is the most powerful force? Where is the most powerful force? That Devi. So Devi must be worshipped. We must worship our Shakti Jagajanani. So devotees, in brief, Saraswati Ma. She removes all agyan, all negativities, all ignorance. She frees us from bondage. And we all know studies and so on, you must worship Ma Saraswati. Saraswati Mata symbolizes knowledge with application. Right? Ma Saraswati. So what I will do at this point, I want to just do very powerful Saraswati Stotra. And I would like everybody to focus. Many of you are studying. Many of you have children who are studying, grandchildren who are studying. But why say all that? All should be studying. Everybody. Without Saraswati Shakti, you cannot survive in life. Saraswati Ma is not only for education. Exam is for application in life. Everybody needs Saraswati Ma Shakti. Everybody. Okay? So I want you to pray for a few moments, everybody. Om Ya Kundendu Tushar Haradhavala Ya Shubhra Vastravrita Ya Veena Varadanda Manditakara Ya Shweta Parmasana Ya Brahma Achuta Shankar Prabhitibhir Devai Sada Vandita Samang Patu Saraswati Bhagavati Nishesha Jadyapaha. Om Sharada Sharadam Bhojavadana Varanam Bhuje Sarvada Sarvadasmakam Sannidhim Kriyat. Om Saraswati Chatang Naumi Vagadhishtatri Devatam Devatvam Pratipadyante Yad Anugrahatu Janaha Veena Dhare Vipula Mangala Dana Shili Bhaktarti Nashini Viranshi Harisha Vandi Kirti Prade Akhila Manoratari Mahari Vidya Pradayini Saraswati Naumi Nityam. Om Sri Saraswatyai Namaha. Repeat after me. Om Hrim Aim Dhim Klim Saum Srim Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Hrim Aim Dhim Klim Srim Saum Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Hrim Aim Dhim Klim Saum Srim Saraswatyai Namaha. Now I have given you this mantra before. Right, so those of you who know it, you know, that's a very powerful mantra. Very, very powerful. Now those of you who can't follow it all that Om Srim Hrim Saraswatyai Swaha. But if you know this mantra, I want to chant this mantra. I will seek Mata's blessings through another composition of Brahmanand. Praising Mata Saraswati, visualize her. Veena Vadini. Devotees, let's seek Ma blessings. Jaya Jagadishwari Matu Saraswati Sharanagata Pratipalana Hare Jaya Jagadishwari Matu Saraswati Sharanagata Pratipalana Hare Chandaya Bimba Samavadana Viraje Chandaya Bimba Samavadana Viraje Shisha Mukut Malagaladhari Jaya Jagadishwari Matu Saraswati Veena Vama Anga Me Sohe Veena Vama Anga Me Sohe Sham Geet Dhvani Madhura Piyari Sham Geet Dhvani Madhura Piyari Jaya Jagadishwari Matu Saraswati Shweta Vasana Kamalhasana Sundar Shweta Vasana Kamalhasana Sundar Sangha Sakhi Shubhansa Savari Sangha Sakhi Shubhansa Savari Jaya Jagadishwari Matu Saraswati Brahmananda Medasa Tumharo Devotees, where there is this name Brahmanand, I want you to call your names. Rasi names preferably. The names of your near and dear one. I will say, oh Mata, we surrender to you. Brahmananda Medasa Tumharo Hardev Prasada Medasa Tumharo Hardev Prasada Medasa Tumharo Dedarshana Parabrahma Dulari Dedarshana Dedarshana Parabrahma Dulari Jaya Jagadishwari Matu Saraswati Jaya Jagadishwari Matu Saraswati Sharanagata Pratipalana Hare हर दे प्रसाद में दास तुम्हारो, दे दर्शन पर ब्रह्म दुलारे, दे दर्शन मां, दे दर्शन मां, दे दर्शन पर ब्रह्म दुलारे। जय जगदीश्वरी मातु सरस्वती, शरणागत प्रतिपालन हरे। जय जगदीश्वरी मातु सरस्वती। शरणागत, शरणागत. माता, I surrender to you. Brahmanand my das tumhari, de darshan. Grant me that darshan of yours, O Ma. I long to see you, I crave to see you. De darshan, Parabrahm Tulari. Sharanagat, Pratipalan Hari. You protect all, I'm surrendering to you. So devotees, none of us in that state as Satya, Satya Brat. Well, I'm not sure. Under normal circumstances, I think everybody okay. But you can't tell somebody in between, have a srap or two, I don't know. Right? So sometimes, you know, your children go to school and you're trying your best, and they appear to be trying their best, but they just can't learn. Sometimes you think they're playing the fool. You can't tell, srap somewhere. So this is why we recommend the worship of Ma Saraswati. So where education is concerned, success, Ganesh Baba and Saraswati Ma. Ganesh Baba, Gyan, discriminative power. Saraswati Ma, knowledge, learning, with application. That combination is tremendous. And we all can achieve great success, devotees. The understanding becomes different. Hey Sharde Ma, agyanta se hame tarde Ma. She doesn't take away agyan just so. You have to make sacrifices. And I can guarantee you this, devotees. You do it the right way, the right attitude, etc. The intellect becomes different. You start to understand something totally different at a totally different level. The only problem you're going to have is that people will think you're weird. As many people think I am weird. They're saying things nobody could understand. Saying things nobody's saying. Why? My blessings. Here? I'm not talking stupidness. I know what I'm telling you. And it is a joy, a fulfilling, you know, experience to be this point where you can see everything so totally different. That I keep saying, I'm preaching it. Great minds reflect upon principles, mediocre mind on event, and undeveloped mind on people. When you come to this level, you don't worry about the people, boy. You can't help them. You can't do anything. Man lives himself by himself. Event, what you want about the event? Excitement? See what is the principle that underlies it. That is when you have a higher level of thinking. The intellect becomes determinate. That you can determine in different kind of way. Master Saraswati's blessings is a blessing. And then you will understand. Or perhaps you will question how people can't see this thing so simple, boy. Little problem they have, they can't identify what the problem is. They're caught up, blinded. That is part of illiteracy. This is why I keep saying everybody needs Mata Saraswati. Everybody. Don't think you have it now? We all need. I still need it more. I have to keep on. Because we don't know everything. We don't. None of us. So devotees, these kathas are very, very powerful. So when the Navrat period comes, we focus on Saraswati Ma, everybody. And those of you whose children are going to school and so on, now start from small, teach them, indoctrinate them into this type of energy. Whether university level, whether postgrad, or whether in the world, the university of the world, Bhautsagar, we all need that blessings of Master Saraswati. So, get into it. I put that the blessings of Master Saraswati be showered upon all. And devotees, that mantra, people get a copy of it, you learn it. I don't know it, so don't ask me. Sarojini knows it, so you can ask Sarojini, she'll give you a copy of it. Annie, you know it? Annie, you know it? All right, so Annie make up and give everybody. So by the time in a week or two, everybody in Gandhi was brilliantly illuminated. thinking differently at a higher level. Oh, how beautiful that would be. Heaven right here. Blessings. Boliye Sri Mahasaraswati Mata ki. So make preparation for the final havan. While it's being done, devotees, let me give you a chance to exercise your vocal cords. We glorify Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Simple kirtanam. Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Radha Ramana Sri Ranga Mukunda. Radha Ramana Sri Ranga. Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Radha Ramana Sri Ranga Mukunda. Radha Ramana Sri Ranga. Jayadu Nandana Paramani Ranjan. Jayadu Nandana Paramani Ranjan. E Radha Ramana Sri Ranga Mukunda. Radha Ramana Sri Ranga Mukunda. E Radha Ramana Sri Ranga Mukunda. Radha Ramana Sri Ranga. Radha Ramana Hari Govind Jai Jai. Gopal Jai Jai Govind Jai Jai. Radha Ramana Hari Govind Jai Jai. Gopal Jai Jai Govind Jai Jai. Radha Ramana Hari Govind Jai Jai. Gopal Jai Jai Govind Jai Jai. Radha Ramana Hari Govind Jai Jai. Gopal Jai Jai Govind Jai Jai. Radha Ramana Hari Govind Jai Jai. Gopal Jai Jai Govind Jai Jai. Radha Ramana Hari Govind Jai Jai. Gopal Jai Jai Govind Jai Jai Jai. Radha Ramana Hari Govind Jai Jai. Gopal Jai Jai Govind Jai Jai. Radha Ramana Hari Govind Jai Jai. Gopal Jai Jai. Bol Vrindavan Shri Krishna Chandra ki Jai. Little bit each time. When it's 5 more times, I will tell you. Om Ganganapataye Namah Swaha. Sri Gauri Mata Swaha. Prithvi Mata Swaha. Panchalokpalivaya Swaha. Om Namo Narayanaya Swaha. Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Swaha. Sri Suryari Naugrahadevaya Swaha. Brahmagnaye Namah Swaha. Om Hrim Srim Chandikaye Namah Swaha. Om Krim Kaliyai Namah Swaha. Mahalakshmi Mata Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Om Srim Hrim Saraswatyai Swaha. Om Sri Ishwari Devi Swaha. Sri Parameshwari Devi Swaha. Om Sri Shitala Devi Swaha. Sri Mahanyapurna Devi Swaha. Om Sri Mangala Devi Swaha. Om Sri Chandi Devi Swaha. Om Sri Mansa Devi Swaha. Om Hrim Shashti Devi Swaha. Om Sri Tara Devi Swaha. Om Sri Shodasi Devi Swaha. Om Sri Bhuvaneshwari Devi Swaha. Om Sri Chinamasta Devi Swaha. Sri Bhairavi Devi Swaha. Sri Dhumavati Devi Swaha. Sri Bagalamukhi Devi Swaha. Om Sri Matangi Devi Swaha. Om Sri Kamla Devi Swaha. Om Sri Himavati Devi Swaha. Om Sri Siddheshwari Devi Swaha. Om Sri Kalyani Devi Swaha. Om Sri Katyayani Devi Swaha. Om Sri Aindri Devi Swaha. Om Sri Agni Rupa Devi Swaha. ओम श्री वाराही देव्यै स्वाहा, ओम श्री खड्गधारिणी देव्यै स्वाहा, ओम श्री वारुणी देव्यै स्वाहा, ओम श्री मृगवाहिनी देव्यै स्वाहा, ओम श्री कौमारी देव्यै स्वाहा, ओम श्री शूरधारिणी देव्यै स्वाहा, ओम श्री ब्रह्माणी देव्यै स्वाहा, ओम श्री वैष्णवी देव्यै स्वाहा, ओम श्री गायत्री देव्यै स्वाहा, ओम श्री सावित्री देव्यै स्वाहा, ओम श्री तुलसी माता स्वाहा, ओम सर्वदेवीभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा, श्री हनुमते नमः स्वाहा, सीतारामचंद्राभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा, राधा कृष्णाय नमः स्वाहा, ओम श्री इष्टदेवाय स्वाहा, ओम श्री कुलदेवाय स्वाहा, ओम श्री अष्टांग देवाय स्वाहा, ओम श्री ग्राम देवाय स्वाहा, श्री इतर कर्म प्रधान देवाय स्वाहा. 5 times again. वास्तुदेवाय स्वाहा. 33 करोड़ देवताभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा. सर्वदेवता सर्वदेवीभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा. अनंत स्वरूपाय ब्रह्मणे नमः स्वाहा. ओम श्री गुरुवे नमः स्वाहा. Wash your hands. Sarojini. Please all stand, devotees. We concentrate on Bhagwan Shankar, Purnahuti. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shambhavaya cha Mayubhavaya cha. Namah Sankaraya cha Mayaskaraya cha. Shivaya cha Shivtaraya cha. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Purnamidah Purnamidam. Purnat Purnamudachyate. Purnasya Purnamadaya. Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Sarvam Vai Purnagvam. Achman. Om Sarva Papaharang Divyam. Gangeyang Nirmalam Jalam. Achmanang Chamaya Dattam Grihitam Purushottama Brahmagnaye Namaha. Achmanam Samarpayami. Bow 5 times. Bole se Ar Shakti Jagadamba Mata ki. Arti devotees, Devi Arti. Let's all join together. Sarojini, you all know what to do, right? Parents Arti, everything. Ambe Gauri Maiya, Jai Shama Gauri Maiya. Jai Mangala Murati Maiya, Jai Anand Karani. Tumko Nishad Nadyavat Hari Brahma Shivaji. मांग सिंदूर विराजत चीको मृगमदको उज्ज्वल सीधु नैना चंद्र बदन नीको कनक समान कलेवर रकांबर राजय रक्त पुष्प गलमाला कंठन पर साजे के हरि वाहन राजत खर्ग खपर धारी सुर नर मुनि जन सेवक तिनके दुख हरी कानन कुंडल शोभित नासाग्रे मोती कोटिक चंद्र दिवाकर समराजत ज्योति शुंभ निशुंभ विदारे महिषासुर घाती धूम्र विलोचन नैना निषदिन मदमती चंड मुंड संहारे शोणित बीज हरि मधुकैत भदु मारे सुर भय ही न करे। ब्रह्मानी रुद्रानी तुम कमलरानी, आगम निगम बखानी तुम शिव पतरानी। चौसठ योगिनी गावत नृत्य करत भैरू, बाजत तल मृदंगा और बाजत डमरू। तुम हो जग की माता, तुम ही तो भरता, भक्तन की दुख हरता, सुख संपत्ति करता। भुजाचार्यति शोभित वरमुद्राधारी, मन वांछित फल पावत सेवत नर नारी। कंचन थाल विराजत अगर कपूर बाती, श्रीमान की तुम्हें राजत कोटि रत्न ज्योति। श्री अम्बे जी की आरती जो कोई नर गावे, कहत शिवानंद स्वामी सुख संपत्ति पावे। जय अम्बे गौरी। Devotees have to conclude Mahamantra. Ram, Hey Ram, Hey Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. बोलो श्री सीताराम 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 जय सीताराम। हे बोलो श्री राधे श्याम जय राधे श्याम, राधे श्याम जय राधे श्याम। बोलो सीताराम जय सीताराम, बोलो राधे श्याम जय राधे श्याम, सीताराम जय राधे श्याम। शिव हरे शिव राम सखी प्रभु त्रिविधताप निवारण हे विभु। अज जनेश्वर यादव पाहि मां। शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरम्। शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरम्। प्रतिदिनं कुशलं जय मङ्गलम्। प्रतिदिनं कुशलं जय मङ्गलम्। मंगलम भगवान विष्णु मंगलम गरुड़ध्वज मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्ष मंगलाय तनुहरि। ओम आवाहनं न जानामि विसर्जनम पूजां चैव न जानामि क्षम्यतां परमेश्वरी। ओम गच्छ गच्छुरश्रेष्ठ स्वस्थानि परमेश्वर यत ब्रह्मादयो देवास्तत्र गच्छुतासन। ओम लाभस्तेषां जयस्तेषां कुतस्तेषां पराजया येषाम् इन्दि वर्षां हृदयस्तु जनार्दन। ओम सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम मंत्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं परमेश्वरी यत्पूजितं मया देवी हे देवी किमा परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे। ओम असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मा अमृतं गमय। ओम गच्छ त्वं भगवन् अग्ने स्वस्थाने कुण्डमध्यतः हुतम् आदाय देवीभ्यः शीघ्र देहि प्रसीद मे ब्रह्म अग्नये नमः। ओम त्वमेव माता च पितः त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम। बोले श्री गजानन स्वामी की आदिशक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय। बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। बोलिए श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की। बोलिए श्री स्वाहा माता की। शुभमस्तु। Blessings to all kindly be seated devotees. Devotees, once again we say blessings to each of you for having joined us. This evening we say blessings especially to Sarojini and Suhani. And may you achieve all the successes as you continue life journey. And it's nice to know that you reach this level studies and you are still attached to temple, carrying on your religious activities, spiritual activities. Remember, life is like a square, 4 equal angles. Spiritual, physical, social, mental, you balance it. But if you keep one angle fixed, the other angle will always stay in place. So the angle you have to keep fixed is the spiritual angle. Don't compromise that. Many people compromise that and expect to achieve success. Success will be short-lived. So make sure the spiritual angle is strong as you are doing. Parmananda and Sari, blessings to both of you also. Doing a tremendous job with the children, great sacrifices and encouragement. May you continue achieving all the successes that you seek. Blessings to you, to the entire family. Now devotees, tomorrow is, for those of you who are interested, will be Ganesh Chaut. So the fourth day in the moon, a special day dedicated to the worship of Lord Ganesh, yes. So tomorrow is Ganesh Chaut. So let me just add one little piece of something now. Gobhil, remember the Katha? Gobhil mispronounced and so on, and they were blaming him, you're spoiling the whole yag. And you know what crossed my mind? Many people say, last month when you had the Ganesh Chaut, the Ganesh Jayanti, all about all different radio stations, not on SWAHA, not on ITV. You hear all about, they say, don't watch the moon. Don't watch the full moon, you will get blamed. Gobhela was no moon. All for the point I'm making? Here was no moon. Now this is part of the nonsense in Hinduism. There was the moon. Hindu can't watch the moon that day. The whole world watching the moon, Hindu can't watch the moon. Because of some story. Now devotees, if you go into this story, Deva keeps saying, if you have the different level of intellect, you will understand. The story with the moon and so on and so forth. It's not to watch the moon. Watching the moon means what? Following what was done, what is projected in the story. The mistake that the moon made. Chandrama. That got shrap. So it's not just not watching the moon, not making the same mistake that was made. But what I said, undeveloped minds reflect on people. Event. They can't understand the principle and the devotees. So have you doing stupidness? So everybody afraid to watch the moon. And don't ask me no stupidness if they watch the moon. That's your business. Yeah? So go up and watch no moon and you get blamed. What caused it? The karma. The perception. Right? So just watching the moon can't cause a problem for you now. If that's all a problem, don't watch the moon. But you know what I'm saying? Don't watch nobody's business. Don't mind nobody's business. Mind your own business. Then you won't get blamed. Understand what I'm saying? But if all you believe in stupidness, go ahead. Don't watch the moon. Next year again coming back. Don't watch the moon. And when you say Akshay Triti come, special day, buy gold. And you will get rich. Buy gold. All them Syrians and so on, all the Jews, all them buy gold and Triti Akshay. The richest people in the world. Trump wants to buy gold. Elon Musk wants to buy gold, Triti Akshay. You see kind of nonsense we have in Hinduism? The religion not bad, It's the nonsense they're projecting. And I don't know when we'll get our people out of this nonsense, but I have to cool myself down. I remember what Mark Twain said. It's easier to fool someone than to convince them that they have been fooled. So, you like that statement? You like it? But Mark Twain said that it's a right statement. Not that you should fool people, but trying to convince them they have been fooled. You're wasting your time. Many people, you could tell them whatever. And me, I keep saying, I forgot to watch the moon. Fix up, man. Yeah. And sometimes I've made this point before already. Somebody come, Guruji, they say don't pick bay leaf on Monday. I say, I ever tell you that? Now they feel like getting, angry and whatever. I didn't tell you that. Who tell you to do that? Go and ask them why. But all these years we doing these things, now you're coming to ask me, they say don't do that. That's true? So I lie all the time? You understand the stupidity? These things must get to us. And I've come to the conclusion, any nonsense like that, I'm not going to waste my time. We are putting to you the importance of seeing things at a different level. Not nonsense. Like preschool stupidness. Get out of it. And if you're at that level, well, go ahead. Don't watch the moon. All right? Hold on till next year again and don't watch the moon. Blind yourself. So devotees, a digression. So Gobhil, poor fellow. I don't know how much he watched the South moon. Yeah? Now, just keep going forward. Saraswati Ma blessings. The right wisdom. Discriminative power, differentiating power. Don't get caught up in nonsense. We are depriving ourselves of jewels, pure jewels, pearls of wisdom by getting caught up in nonsense. Gandhipur is a place different from all that. We ain't doing stupidness here. Just follow what I'm telling you. And you will get it. If you don't follow, you get it. That's your problem. Pachhtayega. So devotees, blessings to everybody. Sarojini, all get all the Parsaran in you. Alright, stand up. Tell everybody you had to tell them. Let me hear what you had to tell them. So honey, you too, eh? Yes, so devotees, meals have been prepared. Well, refreshment. I'm not sure if it's meals. But everything is to eat, right? Refreshment have been prepared. You receive your prasad, refreshments, and have a safe journey back home. We look forward to seeing everybody as the journey continues. Blessings.